And that is us recording.
Happy
Hello,
days. Yo,
Barkryte.
what's happening?
The main man in Perth. Fucking the event extraordinaire.
I appreciate
Pushing
it.
through all... I mean, it's pretty much just the fact that there's nobody in Perth. That's the
I
obstacle, to be honest.
I was going to wait until all the compliments came and then be like, yup, it's just because nobody else is there, bro.
No, I mean, it's admirable, mate. You know, the one guy who's promoting shows in Alaska, I mean, that's a fucking grind, mate. You know what I mean? Like...
yes, no, I appreciate you, bro. Nice
nah,
one,
man,
nice
definitely.
One, nice
fucking the stuff that you've been doing over, obviously, the stuff we can get into with the space that you had in the last wee while and stuff, and obviously that's kind of went tits up, so probably a good idea to talk about that at some point. But what you've been doing up there has been really, really cool. There's for people that don't know, Barkryte here's got there was a situation where there's a venue with a studio, and our man here has been putting on some really good shows. You know, community driven, kind of, you know, for the people, by the people type of thing, and you know, just having it in like an atmosphere where it's been good. It's not been like, you know, heavily regulated to the point where, like, you know, people are coming in and, you know, there's like security telling you can't do stuff, and just like, you know, having like a kind of grassroots kind of, you know, it was good. I mean, I don't know how you would call it. I mean, it's just ratchet, but like, I like that type of stuff. I like that type of stuff. You try to try and keep that just a wee bit closer to your face, man, just because I want the kind of levels to try and keep them at things.
That's cool.
Excellent. There we go. That's hear you a wee bit better. That's cool. Excellent. So, I mean, I guess you just start off. What actually happened? So there was a wee while ago, I was having a look on Facebook, and somebody, Alex has posted, somebody's been in this fucking, like, somebody's broke into our building, and then there was like things with CCTV and everything. What happened?
Okay, so from my end, it was a case, how did it happen, right? So I need to just remember this. One of the lads who shares, there's another, because in the whole complex, there's a few different units, and as well as the studio, there's another a unit with a band in it, a drum refurbishment guy, and another band unit. So there's three.
Oh, like, so that's actually bands themselves that have got these units secured, right?
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah. So it was one of those chaps has messaged me up saying, we've been broken into. And it's just, you can just imagine it. It's just like, so there's myself and a bunch of other guys have got we've got the personal unit down the stairs, and then there's the studio upstairs, and it's like, I'm stricken. So I can't remember what I was doing. What was I doing? Doesn't matter what I was doing, but I stopped what the fuck I was doing. And I went there, and it was like Ken Obdi, like mass Ken, we all got in, got a look at the footage. To the best of my knowledge, there was no real malice in what I saw. It was a drunken dude. There was some back and forth about the manner in which he got into the actual complex. You know, folk are saying that it was a gate left open and whatever else, and it's like, the place, if I'm being completely honest, it wasn't secure, and that shit happening, it was such a whimsical thing in my opinion. You know, the guy cycled past on his bike, and then he just disappears off camera. The next camera he appears on is in the complex, and he tries the unit, he tries all the units, tries the door for every unit. And this is what I'm saying about lack of malice. I think that he was a drunken guy trying to just get in and get drink from the club, not knowing that is not even the club. Do you know what I'm saying?
There was no music happening anywhere.
So no, he's gone. No, it was a closed club, so he's gone in trying to Ken.
Oh, he has gone in trying. I would
definitely
class that as malice.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck you
but it's
like,
yeah. But it's the thing. The thing was quite, you know, like he was falling about the benches and like making his way around the courtyard trying his thing. But the unit that he did break into, is the only unit that had light coming from inside. Do you know what I'm saying?
So he's probably tried to put two and two together.
So tried to get in, you know, and beyond what he'll see there is another not another fire door, just like a fire door. These initial doors aren't massively secure, so he just burst through them, went in, and didn't even steal anything from the lads' units. He just bust shit up. Kind of what I'm saying. So it's like it's you know, it's a tragedy. I'm
Of course it's, I mean,
yeah,
it's
but
costing
I'm
folk
just
money, you know what I
remembering the
mean?
way that it's like, when I was there and I was trying to make a light heart of it, and I came out the unit and I was like, right lads, which one of you has been banging someone's wife? Not one of them was happy. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, later on, I'm like, fuck man, I'd be crying if that was me. I look up just like, oh fuck. Kind of like, these are the things you don't want to be saying to a guy who's just had his shit fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
How are you quite pally with them? Like, do you know them well?
Yeah. The guys through music and then through events, because before I actually got into the studio, I was put on just as soon as I could without being. Now, let's just press pause. We'll go back to what I was saying because I'm bad for this.
Yeah.
The dude broke in. He got in. He smashed up the guy's shit. That has happened now. The place it shook everybody up. So now the place is. It's like, I don't know. It's Fort Knox up in there. You know what I'm saying? There's double locks on top
try
of.
to get into King's Landing.
Yeah, with cameras and man. Try again, bro. See what's good. No, don't actually try again. Don't actually try again. But legit, that was the scare or the shake up that everyone needed, because you see in your cell what it's like doing there. It's quite relaxed.
Yeah, aye.
So
I mean,
like
it's a casual kind of,
Yeah,
aye, exactly.
So,
it's almost like a, I don't know what you'd call it, like a cooperative kind of
Yeah,
mindset.
100%.
It's not as if everybody's like, it's not exclusive in any way. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
the woman Fiona, who blessed be to her, like, hey, she's a savage. No, she's quality. She is savage. She is quality, and I'm telling you, if she's away to leave, and I'm pretty sure things are changing. She was like the sort of.
So she's actually leaving the company now.
She is. So it's not.
Is she the owner?
She is the. She was the sort of. I don't know how you say it, like a majority tenant. She had a unit, she had the whole other unit there, and then she had another yard out of this whole complex of however many things.
Right, so it's actually the whole complex is owned by different people in different parts of it. I see, right, that makes more sense.
Yes, and then it's not overall use, but 3-4 times a year the whole place will not get shut down, but it's like the whole place will get stripped to bare bones, and then they get the events where they splash huge money on it. They've got 5 coach loads of folk coming to see some commercial DJ, and the place is rammed 3 or 4 times a year, because that's what it was predominantly. It was only a nightclub before the Ice Factory. That's what it was before.
Yeah.
But as things have went on and so on and so forth, it's definitely something that like I was just touching on it before we started. It's something that when I got ill over Christmas there, I decided I was able to see this is not for me. This is not the one this is, maybe in 10 years. Maybe in 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I get that.
No, maybe about it. That would be the ideal scenario in 10 years.
No, definitely. I can see something like that.
There's some shit myself, I need to do before that, to be even, considering like I fucking tried. You know what I'm saying? That's
100%. 100%. I seen, are you kind of setting up a new kind of, studio-y type of idea? I seen you.
What I had before was. From the beginning, at the end of 2017, I got half of a porta cabin, which was my personal space,
What, did they just like saw it in half?
No, they put partitions up. Funny guy.
I mean, it's a weird one.
Half of it, just half of it. No, because there was another chap in the.
See this half here. You can't go where this line. Do not go where this line.
No. Fortunately for me, the guy who's sharing the other half is. The husband of the very lovely woman Fiona that I was talking about.
Oh, right, okay.
Maximum banner. We all get on. It's great.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Just didn't piss anybody off.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's granted. Don't bite the hand that feeds. That's it. That's, you know what I'm saying? Don't bite the hand that feeds. That's
Definitely.
the one.
That keeps you honest, I suppose.
Yeah. Keeps you active.
Definitely.
What was I going to say there, though? The thing... Oh, yeah, no, sorry. So I got the cabin at the end of 2017. That was like my personal studio space. I was sharing it with another guy when we initially got it. As time went on, he went into, he's bought a whole house around the, what do you call that? The sort of architecture of the house, so that he could have his top floor is his studio. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so that he's
fucking legend.
And then I'm guessing
guy's
kind of like
priorities straight. You know what I'm saying?
I'm guessing kind of stone flooring and that, so the doesn't he penetrate with the sound too much?
I couldn't tell you. All I can is that you got it. It's a fucking 2-story thing, and the whole top half is like
studio.
Aye, I didn't ken.
That sounds minty. That's right up my alley, mate.
Yeah. It's like I didn't
right
ken how to do him justice without sounding like a bit of a dick, but he's boss.
I know. I mean, he's eccentric.
Yeah.
Quite eccentric guy. No, that's good, man. That's good. I've obviously, and here they know this is in my house, this studio, and it's good to have like a space to actually do stuff.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes. Private space that you can go to any time in the day or night, whatever it is, and ideally.
The really good thing about this house is that like I don't know if these houses are Victorian era, so like the actual external walls for this house are like at least 2 foot thick of brick, stone.
Aye.
I've had me and my pals in here playing drums at 4 a.m. and my neighbours no said shit.
Nice.
They've not even noticed.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, we're like it's a drum set, you know what I mean? It's not exactly.
It's no small thing.
Exactly.
Totally.
Like the fucking neighbours at our side of the street could probably hear it better, do you know what I mean? Because of the windows. But
totally.
It's honestly like, it's like a godsend, because I can just be like, you know, gone ham, like, you know, music up loud through the monitors at like 2 a.m, like just practicing tunes and that, and then like nobody says anything.
It makes all the difference being able to do that. It does.
My pal makes videos and he stays in Bridgend, and he's got a wee old woman that stays underneath him, and like I'm genuinely being serious. It was like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, and we were in his, and like, you know, it has like the tiny wee kind of Logitech speakers at the side, and he was like, "Oh, you need to turn that a bit down." And then I was just kind of talking at this level, and then you're hearing like banging coming up here, and I was just like, I couldn't fucking live like that.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't.
I could not live like that. Like, I mean,
it's not fair on either of them, is it?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a flat. You need to live next to who you're living next to. Do you know what I mean?
It's for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't expect somebody to be noisy at all if you're living next to them, but I suppose coming to some type of agreement.
It's the give and take, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the give and take.
Exactly.
You know?
But
it's the thing. I'm sort of lucky in that. Well, I say lucky. You could say lucky in one hand. You could say stupid in the other. In that I decided that I was going to entirely commit to getting better at doing shit. So working full time got fucked.
Listen,
right
that
off,
is no.
You know like,
if anybody would come up to you and say they think you're stupid for that, it's because, I mean, you'll see like, you know, people that are kind of came from like families that have got no money and like have had really hard times and stuff, and been like, no, you need to work, because if you didn't work, you didn't have any money. But it's like, you actually makes it on yourself doing something like, you know, creatively and stuff. You basically like, you de facto just need to eat shit for a couple years and just, you know, be working.
Get it doing whatever it is you're doing.
Exactly.
And that's it, or at least fucking progress, you know.
Well, yeah, you should be trying. Like, this is the thing. If you're doing other stuff, like I struggle with it. Like I work at minimum. I work 40 hours a week, and on top of that, I'm also trying to do music and now with this podcast and like. Yeah, it's just loads of stuff today. Like I'm doing actual battle rap. I'm doing tunes as well. You know what I mean? Like
savage bar. I think my mind's playing a little bit of tricks on me. I think it was at the ballroom in Perth against Chimo. I might be wrong, but you said something about it. You were like, I work like fuck. This is just something
I work 60 hours a week, mate. This is just a pastime.
Aye, that was savage. Let's talk about that. I swear. I'm just going to say it, bro. The biggest reaction you had was when you dropped me, man. This guy fucking killed honestly, me, like, holy shit.
For just so people know, we've got Chris Thompson sitting in the back here. Our boy Crones, he's also here in the studio as well. But we only have 2 microphones and 2 sets of headphones. So Chris is sitting up at the back there. But yeah, and
fucking killed me. Like, I
wasn't
even in the battle. You know what I'm saying? I was just there.
So what Alex is talking about, for those who are listening, Chris was battling Macmatic, and at the end of these bars he was like, if you want to win, you should have just
What was it? No, it was something like...
I put that down to something hard life, fucking blah blah blah.
Something bar fight, I remember. It was like, because I heard the sound coming, man. I heard the sound coming, I remember. I was like, you motherfucker.
Put that down to you losing every single bar fight. If you really needed a win, bro, you should have called it back.
Honestly, I was sitting watching that, and everybody lost their shit. It was fucking...
Don't pass.
It came up in the poster, Barkryte's the host, and that bar, I was writing that bar, I was like...
Ka-ching!
I was fucking right there, right? Yeah. No, it was a beauty.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
That was good.
Oh no, yeah. that show. Like, who was it that? Because the sound for that live stream, obviously, because that was one of the most annoying things,
So,
and
yeah.
I don't feel great about that, because obviously in
The
that
thing
battle,
with Gmo,
I beat a guy who was never beaten on battle before, and
as far as I'm aware, and I'm gonna hold my hands up right now. I'm really fucking bad for looking at shit that I'm supposed to look at. So
at least you're honest about it.
yeah.
At least you're honest.
When I saw I watched Gmo's round because I was there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I watched Gmo's round. I watched this in the video when it went up.
Aye.
After watching your first round, I just turned it off because I know what happened,
you knew it was
right?
happening,
But ultimately, that fault. The logistical nightmare. Now, shout out to Mackenzie. There's no another guy out there who has got, like, he should have Scottish scene tattooed on his back.
Yeah, that laddie
like,
hods shit together
oh
like
my
a fucking.
God, yeah, man.
He's like Blue Pack, mate.
Man, so anyway, I kind of took some liberties in setting up the room in how I thought was logistically.
You put it kind of into the corner style.
It was definitely. So you remember how it was?
Yes.
It was pretty much opposite that. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty much opposite that. I was gonna have So when the guys arrived, so Mackenzie and CCTV arrived, and then we all just fucking hustled, got the shit changed round, got room set up, the room sound set up, and I swear to God, it was just through oversight. We didn't sound check the fucking stream.
It was. For me, it seemed like the setup of the room just absolutely nuked the acoustics, and that's what I think. Because see when you were sitting kind of because obviously the cameras were picking everything up at the sound desk and where everything was getting recorded. But if you looked at if you watch subs in that sitting there, they can hear everything perfectly.
Yeah.
They can hear everything, or maybe not perfectly, because obviously, what's his name, Cammy said he was having a bit of bother trying to hear folk.
That's another thing. If we just press pause real quick, right? There's a couple of things. See mic control. Motherfuckers need to learn that shit, and that's not a dig at Gmo with specifics to that night and what went on that night, because the stream should have been sound checked, and if that had been done, it could have been at least more of a competitive battle. I can only hold my hands up. I'm sure Mackenzie's attitude towards it will be exactly the same. I'm sorry. However,
that's cool.
Motherfuckers who are trying to eat a microphone. nah. Folk who are like,
arguably shouldn't have.
You've got. It's like, do you ken how a microphone works? Let's start at the very beginning, yeah. And it's like, if I'm trying to do this like this, it's not going to be very productive, because that's effectively what is happening when people are trying to fucking.
You know what that is though? It's because when people watch videos, they beatboxers holding microphones and that, and they're just holding it at a crazy angle and that.
It's like the whole. Didn't get me wrong. I went through a period of time where it was like I would consciously try and extend my thumb. So if my thumb's hitting my chin, that mic's coming too fucking close to me, because I like to. With regards to performing, this is more music than because I'm shit at battles. Let's get that on the table. I'm talking about doing music and performing with the band. And when I'm saying
yourself short here, I was genuinely so gutted that you, and I even said it to you. I mean, you were there. I said to Captain Dank, I was like, I was hoping you were going to get beat tonight, and he was like, oh, thanks very fucking much. And I was like, it's not against you.
I'm not even lying. I appreciate that. I appreciate what. Hey, listen.
I just wanted to see you get a fucking.
I'm needing it, man. It's coming like the elastic band effect. I'm going to take the next 10 in a row. You know what I'm saying?
That is it. You flip a coin enough times, you'll get one. You know what I mean?
But legit. Do you know another guy who's going to try as many times and just keep trying?
This is the thing, though. That's where, the exact same type of thing. You're saying a wee bit ago. You were saying that I'm just going to not worry about fucking making money, and I'm going to actually try and do something. It's essentially what you're saying there is I'm going to forego immediate success of I'm a successful guy who works in a shop.
Yeah, I've done this and I'm doing
you know what I
this
mean?
and
But
this and blah blah blah.
The actual fact that somebody that can get beat down in some capacity and then dust herself off and be like, time to go again. That's 100 times more admirable than somebody who's winning doing, getting, wins or whatever, and then like, getting it under the belt, because naturally they're gonna want to keep going. The person that's like, is like, nah, I'm gone. It's like, you fucking, you get fucking.
And it's been like that. It's like more than
admirable
once.
as fuck.
More
mate.
than once.
Admirable
Where
as
I'm
fuck.
like, I'm not doing it anymore. One time after the one, bro, it was after the battle against you, my G. And then it was like 4:00, 4:30 in the morning, and I got a random message on my phone from Mickey fucking Patterson. I hope you see this, bro. Stop fucking battling.
He's such a wank, mate.
I'm like,
I love him a bit, but man, he's brutal.
See, at that time, I was just like, maybe it wasn't stop fucking battling. It was just like stop battling, whatever it was. But definitely, I was just like,
a bit of tough love.
I was like, I'm done. But then it's like, if I'm
why are you doing it though? That's the thing. Do you like it, or like, you know what I mean?
The things that every time that I've written for one, I've got better at writing now.
Aye.
And like
100%.
I've went into every one thinking that I'm going to win. I paused because it's like, I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Listen.
But that's the thing where it's like, I've gone into this one, or what would have been this one, against Dank, and motherfucker, I was so ill. I couldn't.
Are they setting that up for the medals? You should fucking.
That's a fucking interesting
set that up
idea.
for the medals, and you may as well, if he's a big fucking battle starter.
It's penned. Oh shit! I didn't ken if that's. I'm sure Mackenzie. I don't know if that's like an unsound thing, because it's like. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm probably overthinking
Mackenzie would be cool if it's
going
to fucking push battle rap forward.
It's another one for the card.
I don't want to talk for him, but
it's just because it was potentially. All I'm thinking is it could be potentially like a battle on the card. But then let's be honest, that battle can go down anywhere.
See,
this big Dank and man, the guy who's away to try for the 8th. Are you fucking mental? That's what I said. I had some fucking. Oh man, I better no spit the bar just in case we do the battle. But yeah,
that's the thing, because Dank's coming down with me to England as well for Premier, eh? So
for Mackenzie thing.
No, no. So the Premier Battles Academy.
Right.
Me and Dank are in the qualifiers for the
No
academy
way.
on the 5th of March.
Savage.
Yeah.
How
So
the fuck does one go about doing that shit?
Premier Battles posted who wants to be in.
No way.
And then
Mackenzie
even posted on Facebook.
Remember what I said about like I'm really bad for not looking at shit I'm supposed to look at.
This is it, mate. It's not even that's not even the thing nowadays. It's just like there's so many fucking avenues of fucking information coming fucking at you left, right, and centre. It's like no wonder cunts miss shit. You know what I mean? It's like I've not seen any Marvel movies since the first Avengers. Like, and I've
you ken what happens and all that.
No, pretty much. But like, I mean, I've not seen Endgame. I've not seen anything. Like, mate, I've
not
even seen Pulp
love
Fiction. You know what I mean? Like, just
some
shit just passes you by, mate. You know what I mean?
I love a wee Marvel film, like.
I know.
So it's just, you know what's just jumped back in my head? I was talking about the cabin.
Yes, half a cabin.
The fucking the half a cabin. I wish, god damn it, I wish I'd fucking called it that. It was so much better. Half a cabin.
That's
I'm
funny.
at the half a cabin. I was just like, I'm at the cabin. That seems whack now. 5 years. Well, not 5 years, but
right. You see, you've got my rat brain going on here, right? So, then you skate.
I used to skate.
Right,
bro.
so fucking obviously you've got a half a cabin, so you could call it 180.
Right,
half cab.
Yeah, that's good, mate.
We half cab,
That's
mate.
good. That's good.
I don't
That's
know.
good.
That's pish.
For those who don't know, a half cab would be, and correct me if I'm wrong here, because it's been about 10 or 15 years. If you're rolling fakie and you pop a wee 180 ollie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aye, so you get full cab, which is a going backwards 360,
yeah.
and then half cab's 180.
I was so much better in fakie than I was at nollie.
See, I was never
never.
I skateboarded a wee bit, but I was a rollerblader, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently loads of cunts in this fucking Scottish rap scene are rollerbladers, man.
Really?
Well, so I don't know what the link is. Jenny's Ken Keir Lindsay.
No.
He's the guy that owns that SF brand. Or they're called Skullfuck, but like,
Alright, okay, yeah.
Skullfuck! No, so basically, like, he's actually, I don't know how he's good pals with Spawn Zero, but I seen him posting on his wall the other day, and Keir is like, it's crazy, man. You want to see this laddie? He's fucking like, he's keeping like, The thing with rollerblading is, right, nobody does it anymore. It's been blown out the water bay. I mean, it all happened
Scooters and fucking...
it all started with the X Games, Like, because the X Games decided... Funnily enough, rollerblading started the X Games. But then they basically phased rollerblading out of the X Games because people, like, were like, oh, what, you gone rollerblading with your fucking... You know, your boyfriend in the park. That's kind of like the idea folk had it. No thinking that cunts were doing, like, you know, like crazy big
I've got a
rails
mate,
and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
see, back in the day, there was the sort of, not a divide, you know what I mean? But it was definitely like...
Oh, there was tribalism.
Aye, that's the best word for it, eh? But there was a dude who stood it from all of them, right? And
rollerblader.
oh my
For
god,
Dundee?
no, from Perth.
From Perth, aye,
and
sorry.
this guy, some of the things that I've seen him, like, Ken back. This is talking.
Can you remember his name?
Fagan. He's one of my friends still, like a good friend.
No,
still,
I've not heard the
still.
name.
And but the guy, so like, you know, you had your class. When you pictured the sort of what the guys were doing, where they were going, you know, is jump on a ledge, maybe have a carve about, maybe jump off this here, maybe do this here. This guy was fucking back flipping out of bowls, clearance gaps to fucking grind landing on downslope for fucking like shit, man. I mind seeing him trying to just do like a backflip to whatever fucking stall, and it's like the you can when a normal person would have stopped after hurting themselves as many times. But this guy just did it until he done it, man.
People,
It's just, man, it's not even a bit rollerblader, I'd say it's just that warrior mentality, full stop, where it's like, you're no way be defeated by this thing here. And I personally, I don't care if I've got that. I don't care if I've got it like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking, the way that it's like, it's fucking frightening, man. The sort of thing. But again, we're talking a long time ago. Youth, the gift of youth, you know what I mean? If he didn't try that many times, he'd probably walk a bit longer.
This is the thing.
You know what I'm saying? When he's 50, 60, 70, you know?
I don't know what age Keir Lindsay is now. I can't imagine he's under the age of 35. And he's fucking, you see these videos, and he is just fucking launching himself at a rail after, like, you know, fail again, and just fucking goes for it. But that's what I was saying, like, it's an industry where there's just, like, there's no really any money involved. It's kind of like, you know, you're doing it because you love to do it.
Yeah.
And, like, it did have money involved in it at one point and stuff.
It's more just about the living, making a living from it. Yeah.
I mean, see, I don't, I mean, he probably does. I could imagine he probably does. He's got quite a good graft, but just like, it's so commendable to see cunts that are just like, you know, they're just like, nah, I'm got to do me, and fuck the rest of you. Like, I'm just got to do this, and if you can like it or you can lump it, but this is what I'm doing, and it's really cool to see. So half cab.
Oh shit! Yeah, the half cab. So there was some flips. We had some flips of personnel. So I spent a long time going through ups and downs, shall we say, and we'll say within music, and then we'll say within life. I think that without getting into it, there's some shit that happened that changed everything with regards to at least my thinking, and that just through this whole time of my life I had the cabin. Kind of what I'm saying? It's a sanctuary, bro. Sanctuary. And
so, like, I didn't mean to, like, obviously I'm not wanting to ask you if there's anything you don't want to talk about, but, like, is this like a mental thing, or is it like a physical thing in your life that's happened? Or like
yeah, both. In a nutshell, yeah. In August, the year before the last, this is mental to even just say it, eh? It's crazy. The lassie who I thought I was going to get back together with, and I'm 32, yeah.
I know you've told me this when we were not sober.
So it was like, oh yeah.
That's how you can't remember.
Yeah. But unfortunately she died, and it's like the kind of thing where, just such a world shaking thing.
The foundations of your reality kind of, you know, 100%. That's fucking. And like
crazy, I did a track that wasn't. It was not even fair to call it a track. It was more like I said the things that I needed to say on a beat with a camera in front of me. You know what I mean? And I swear to God, I didn't sleep, and like not properly, until I had done that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's things that having, you know, not everyone can express themselves, let alone to the thing where it affects you. Do you know what I'm saying? So deeply. So it's like for me.
It's earth shattering. Like you know, but yeah.
So like things like it doesn't matter. So anyway, fucking moving forward. Shit's like, oh, I need to definitely not want to fucking kill myself by the time I'm 40.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Ideally,
I'll get one thing on the table right now. Yeah, my dad is a Muslim from Egypt. And my mum is from
that
England.
angle in the fucking battle, by the way.
Yeah. And fucking, so the God thing has kind of like, it's been up and down throughout my life, yeah. And I'll say it straight right now with wholeheartedly. I was like, hand on my heart. But the truth is, I feel if I believed in God and an afterlife or hell and, you know, whatever else, if I believed that there would be any way that I would consciously be able to see her again, I would have fucking killed myself. And that is where it was at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like the kind of thing where it's like, okay, so now, life needs to be lived to a point where I don't want to fucking kill myself. You know what I mean? And that's as simple as it is. And once you know, when you know, you want all this stuff and you want to do all these things and everybody and all their shit, you know? See, and it's like, when you feel the way that I'm talking about feeling, it's like you only want one thing. And that thing is never for your lifetime ever gonna happen for you. Yeah? So you have to kind of be like, oh man. So things like, that doesn't mean but this is the thing, this is what it is. It's like you need to not get caught up in the negative and think, all right.
Well, it's not even getting caught up in the negative. You need, like, it's. You ever heard that saying? It's like life is suffering.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
Life is suffering, but you need to find the meaning in life that's going to at least make you have a reason to wake up in the fucking morning, like a reason to actually want to keep. Because life is like I can't remember who it is that made the song, but I'm pretty sure it was Capture the Crown or something. They had a metal band, and one of their songs, the big fucking breakdown of the song was like, life sucks and then you die. That's the fucking, and there's a bit of truth to it, you know what I mean? But
but I mean that's like, that's totally it. That's the relatable thing within all of, and it's like a formula that works across the board, not just the music. Even as we speak, you relate to your, you know, when you speak, I relate, and when I speak, you relate. That's what happens. So
there's another saying that there's a few people that I listen to podcast wise and stuff that say this. Shout out to Jocko Willink, but there's a. What the other saying is, once you know the way broadly, you see it in all things. So, like, once you know how to do things correctly, and so say you become a master at doing one thing. Yeah. Those skills that you'll learn in that
to apply
will eventually apply. You know, like dedication, hard work. Try. You know, once you fail, get up and try again. It's like nobody.
Like, do you learn from your mistakes? Do you not? And then I think that this comes down to, well, not this comes down to, but this, you know, the variations within that will come down to how the fuck smart cunts are. Because if you're a stupid fucking cunt, you're just going to keep doing the same stupid fucking shit. And I've been the guy, like, I swear to God, it's like, you know, when you see it in a film, right? And it's like, you wouldn't, you know, you see it, you observe it, right? But then something happens, and it's like, that guy has to have lived this thing to have depicted that like that. Because, and it's the same, it works not only like not just in film, in music and words. And sometimes those fucking guys didn't even mean that same shit. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like the correlation's fucking, there.
Yeah.
The correlation's there. Yeah, no, 100%. That's I love, like, that's one of the reasons I actually just love rap music and all that different type of stuff in it, because like I love music, but it's different when you're making music that has, you know, words in it.
Yeah,
you know,
like
because
you try to say something that's more just in general. Can I just say as well, I'm just about to do a track with Cammy, and I haven't really...
Shout out Cammy Hammy, huh?
Oh, massive shout out. Yeah, 100. The thing I was about to say there is, with regards to talking about feelings, yeah, it's like, I wouldn't say Cammy's high on the list of guys to do that in the music. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got a few tracks where he's gone specific with regards to whichever nature of but that there is still a more concept driven content as opposed to this is how I feel. Kind of what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like this next track is. And like when he sent it to me, and we kind of spoke about it. I actually put a post on Facebook yesterday saying Cammy Ken's sound, because we spoke and I poorly described, and he, like a fucking boss, sent me the thing, and I was just like, raw, bro, kind of what I'm saying? Yes. But prior to that, I'd already sent him like, bro, your verse is savage. It is fucking savage.
Cammy's one of those. I really like Cammy in that regard as well, because he's another one of those guys that's like I will conform, like, in some kind of way, shape or form. I will like change my sound a wee bit to like, not to fit in, but like, I mean, I guess suppose it is kind of to fit
the
in.
Beat, do you mean? Or?
No. So what I mean is like if you listen to Cammy, it's like, so like me personally, I would like a little bit of commercial success. I know to do that, I can't exactly just make the exact same. The only thing I want to listen to, like, because if it's me, like, I'd be making like fucking polyrhythmic rap that goes there like big room fucking. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't work. Like, it wouldn't sound.
As in, it's going. You're wanting something that's a little bit easier digestible to the masses.
Kind of. It's just like you need to become creating an entire scene and off of your own back's probably not the easiest thing to do. You'd probably join a scene, if you know what I mean. So it's like with it, like, I mean, I really like drill beats. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm rapping on drill beats a lot, like, right now. But like I'm joining that kind of subculture. So you listen. If you listen to Cammy's music, nobody sounds like Cammy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Nobody sounds like Cammy.
For sure.
He's doing his own thing.
His own beats.
And it's commendable. It's really cool, man. And he's having some fucking success doing it as well. That's where you know.
What did he actually do again? Let's just be let's shout him right out. So he did a song every Tuesday for a year.
Yep.
And then he reached 1 million views on a million plays on SoundCloud. Over 1 million plays on SoundCloud.
Aye, that's fucking mental. That's so good.
Yeah, that's
so good.
Fucking. Now, what did he describe it as? He said he reached that over a year, and then did more than half of that in less than half of the time.
It was like 3 months
like
or something.
Snowball effect, yeah.
Aye.
And that's credit to that's called the motherfucking grind, bro. That is credit to it.
So that is like, it's kind of weird how you get these type of things, because like the way that you can call it kind of like opportunity versus like poverty essentially. Like, I mean, I don't know if we'd call it poverty, but like not having those opportunities.
So opportunity to no lack of opportunity.
Yeah. But it's like it kind of compounds. Like you have people that kind of like float about zero. Like they don't have very much opportunities, but they don't really have anything bad going for them. They're just kind of living life, and it's like they're just kind of neutral.
Yeah.
But once you see people kind of either start to go downhill, it's like they really go downhill. It's not as if it goes just kind of they slowly get worse. It's like it starts and then it goes, and then it slowly just goes, and then but before you know it, you're going straight down. Comparatively, once you start getting a wee bit of success, it's like you can have a wee bit of success to start with, and it seems like it's just no gone anywhere.
Do you have an example of who do you have an example of your first description there?
The example, like a first description, well, just like for instance, say somebody who's like for instance, somebody who isn't working, that's like I don't know somebody specifically, but like somebody who's no working, who is disabled, and because of their disability is on pain medication and get addicted to that pain medication. For you to dig yourself out of a fucking hole of being disabled, and then also having an addiction that you need to do, and then because of that you can't work, it's like good fucking luck.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Okay. It's like there's so many, like, you know what I mean?
That's some pretty fucking harshly drawn cards, eh?
Exactly, but you know what I mean? Like it's just that type of thing. It's like if you've got if you're a mouse and you got a fucking bus on top of you, it's really hard to move the bus. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like,
for sure.
On the flip side of that,
if
like,
you're that bus.
Well, this is the thing. If you look at somebody like KSI.
Yeah, okay.
He can he's got so many opportunities coming towards him that he picks and chooses what he wants to do because he's got so much opportunity.
There was something I read about that on it was in Russell Brand's book, mate. That's
and Russell Brand got that from the part of the conversation he had with Jordan Peterson on his podcast.
Okay, right, okay. So, and this was about, what was it?
It was basically just coming down to like opportunity versus like deprivation. You know what I mean? It's like the most, like, if you look at places like Scotland.
No, that definitely wasn't in his book.
Was it not that?
No, as in you're it was because the thing, it doesn't matter.
You've probably seen.
Like, I smoked that joint. I'm like, yeah, that was a good idea.
No, what you probably seen was, so there's a video on YouTube and it's Jordan Peterson talking to Russell Brand, and I think the video's called "What a Healthy Disagreement Looks Like."
Okay, yeah, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, and that's because
What?
Kind of Jordan Peterson's the whole clean your room order type guy.
Is that the one where he talks about the 3 ways of communication? Is that? There's 3. The communication theory. No, Jordan Peterson talks about it because it was the snowball of opportunity. I definitely remember that 100%. So it's like it starts off small, it starts going, and then once it gets going, there's not enough.
It becomes exponential.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard that, like, 3 different modes of.
That was, what was that? I'm sure that was. I'm really just chucking anything out here right now at this point.
No, it's a skill.
So the communication theory was 3 ways of communicating. Period. No matter how you're communicating, it will fall into either 3 of these categories, and you get the tyrant, you get the guy, the submissive, and then you get the
passive.
You get the negotiation. So you get the tyrant, the guy who leads, and there's no arguing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You get the guy who pretty much gets told what to do. He does what he's told, and then you get the negotiation. And then under all communication, everything fits into either 3 of these categories.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm sure that was in the same video.
I'm
Totally just, yeah. Now I'm like, oh, this one. And that, that was, yeah, no.
Fucking, that's it. There's too much shit on the internet. Yeah. Especially, the amount of, 10-minute sound bites, even just for, the one podcast that you hear, and they're like, was that part of that podcast? No, because that was on that other video. No, but that was part of that podcast. And you get lost after a while, man.
Yeah,
but it's good, though. One of the things, see how you see, a lot of people kind of talking about how fractured people are these days in terms of how many different people believe different things, and it can even be hard to have conversations with some
Cognitive
people. Cognitive dissonance, aye, but I wouldn't. It's
folk that are like, oh no, I don't even want to say that prayer to offend folk. It's like, yeah, you need to be fucking a warrior here, bro. So no, you need to be compassionate. Oh no, I didn't care what to do, but care what? I wouldn't like that if it happened to me. That's what I see. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what I see across the board.
Yeah.
And fuck me, forgive me. I've just, how'd you say this? Right, I just hit a guy because he was needing hit. Right, but fuck me, I shouldn't have hit him. Do you know what I mean? Because he's a soft guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a soft guy. The conversation was the same, and I had it summarised the same. Would you hit your bud? No. You know what I'm saying? No, and I have had just cause to give a slap. Trust me.
This is the thing when people say that is would you ever hit a woman? It's like, well, is she standing in front of me with a knife trying to stab me? It's like, I would say you're kind of justifying me.
Touche.
It depends on the situation.
Legit. But so if I, what I say there is at face value, because it's like when I shouldn't have done it, but it was because the guy's such a fucking bitch ass, and it's like, you're such a fucking bitch, cunt. You're gonna come at me like that? You think you only get slapped, son?
At the end of the day, some people they can just push. And this is the thing. Maybe you shouldn't have lost your temper the way you did.
Oh, 100. But at the same time, if we're talking about, because I was like, why the fuck
At the
did I
same
start
time,
talking about this
you'll
again?
no fucking do that
Cognitive
again.
dissonance. No, cognitive dissonance. It's like, wait, are you a man of peace, or are you actually a fucking provocateur cunt and need hit right now? Because you need to make your mind up. Because I can what I want to do. That's this is
A lot of that can come
hindsight of a motherfucker. Hindsight,
A lot of that can come from, just the fact that somebody has lived a cushy life and they've never been fucking punched in the face.
That is, you have hit the nail with the hammer on the head and driven it in to the bit of wood in one hit.
Because arguably, depending on how you're looking at it, you could have done the guy a fucking favour. Because what if he's like, you're a nice guy.
I appreciate you, bro. That's
you're a nice
so
guy. What would happen if he started mouthing off like that in front of somebody who wasn't a nice person?
Yeah,
because then it can end up getting to a stage where he, and arguably not even through any fault of his own. You know what I mean? It's like if he's been pampered to the point where he's got a distorted view of reality.
You can think you say anything you want, but you just can't.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you punching him. You punching him,
yeah.
and you punching him there is like it could have he's going to think twice about mouthing off the cunts.
I've saved him at a later date.
Aye, it's fucking exactly.
Undoubtedly, because he is such a fucking bitch. Nah. Without getting too much into it, that was actually the next dude who I shared the fucking half cab with.
Oh, really?
Aye, I brought that in nicely, didn't I?
There we go. Let's fucking
good,
wrap it back.
it?
So let's go. So how is this going with this cabinet now?
The cabin has been the sanctuary and the space of peace. Did you see it?
No.
That's a testament to that then. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it was in that same complex. Do you know what I'm saying?
Was it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Is it still there?
No, so what's because Fiona, the woman, the mother from another thing. Music.
I mean, she has a mother too.
Music mother. My music mother.
It's not because I know.
It's like how we want to say it like
sense.
that, where it's like she's absolutely had my back since day one. She's the reason that I managed to become from an independent promoter to a promoter with a residency, and then what led from the residency was the full-time job. So that
That's awesome, man.
she actually had left the company by the time I got the job, but it was still down to she opened the door for me, and that was the green room. I don't know if the green room, yeah,
What
was the green room. It was Muckies before it was Muckies. It was the same building, just the different thing.
Muckies, that's not the X Factory.
No, it was Muckies is.
Is that where you had the thing where people went a bit nuts?
That was where the green room though, where Cammy versus Mackenzie was.
That's exactly right. I was.
Cammy versus Mackenzie.
Cammy
What?
versus Mackenzie. That was a wild battle. Yeah. So I put on a couple of nights.
Where are these YouTube channels, mate? I've been scouting them, looking for this shit.
So I have done my best to get rid of anything with me in it. And can I just say props to Mackenzie on that front as well. That being said, I did some events. The first one was when I was against Cammy and Z. Oh fuck, I can't remember. They were good battles. Z was against Jails, and Z had some fucking, what was it? It's like Red Dead. I've got a bounty on your head. Pulls a bounty bar out of his pocket and sits it on his head. Fucking G, absolute boss shit. Anyway, that was the first one at the Green Room. Had like a full house. But it wasn't a battle crowd, bro. It wasn't a battle crowd, so cunts were reacting when you said, "You fuck your mother." But anything else was just kind of like a room of silence. It was kind of like, wasn't
that's
a battle
the thing.
crowd.
See, trying to fucking gauge what every cunt's got to be like, man. That's one of the hardest things, eh? It really is.
So yeah, no, the next one was fucking again. I was against Z, and Cammy was against Mackenzie. There was other battles on the card. Let's be honest, I can't remember.
Green Room's where I first met Cryptic as well, delivery room.
They were performing. That's right, because we did. I did events
what
with
YouTube
Donna.
channel was on?
This would have been Iron Bars. No.
Sound?
Tell a lie. It would have been on the. I don't even know if it would have been on YouTube, man. I think it was on Facebook.
No, Mackenzie versus Cammy still on YouTube.
All right, sound.
Still on Iron Bars channel.
Oh, right, sound.
All right, okay.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you how that. I was like, Mackenzie, I can't fucking edit these, bro. What was that? My battle was in that. Yeah, I was like, nah. Aye.
You fucking just end up making all kind of shit, you know what I mean?
Oh no! It wasn't
Was it
about the
the-
editing. It was about I can edit quite well. I just haven't done it in a long time. It's just I couldn't look at the battle. It was
Oh,
me in it.
watching you in it. And I know what you mean.
Take
It can be.
Take it all, please. Like,
See, when I hear like Kale's down the stair listening to one of these podcasts or that, I'm just like, turn that shit off. I hate. Do you any of you get like that? You're like, you sit there making a tune and you're like, oh, this sounds minted, and then you record it. And it's like, this sounds pish.
When I'm in the process of making or getting ready to release a track, and my process has been changed so many times, I wouldn't even say I've got like a dedicated thing, but the most recent thing that I've done has been pretty much day of, or if it's not, it's the next day that I've written it and I've just banged it on a YouTube beat or whatever it is and it's gone up. Now, with regards to that, in that, there isn't much for a reflection time, whatever else, these things. So it's kind of like I will listen to it again here and there, because it's like, like the whole thing will be like, I should have done this here with like a little tweak here, these things here, because at the end of the day it's your vocals and you can how you're going to do them and whatever else. That's like a praise Cammy again, because he's got me sounding slick, bro. And like I'm telling you, the it's the same like the writing. I feel like there's more.
You going to him for recording, or are you just sending him?
No, I sent him the clip.
Send him the clips.
You've brought it back nicely. So the cabin is gone. The cabin is gone. The studio upstairs. I had a conversation. Fiona's very easy to speak to. It wasn't the best thing that I had to tell her, where it was I'd made a decision to withdraw my long-term commitment to this plan. And let's just be very clear, without saying too much that I probably shouldn't, I don't feel like she would have given another person the arrangement she was prepared to give me to end up with the place. Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So that being said, I like respect it. Oh, 100%. And it would have been, if it is, if I was 42 instead of 32, it would be. Well, I'd ideally be in a position where I could just fucking buy it. But the point is that thing, the arrangement that she was prepared to give me, I don't feel like she would do for anyone else. Hence the complete change of ownership. So now it officially belongs to Dave McFarlane, who needs a shout out because he's a fucking legend. He's a savage engineer. If anyone wants anything done, he's a boss. He makes his living from doing it, and now he owns his own space to do it. And fucking. All the best to him, really, really. I hope he does fucking great. Because
just a bit of aching the balls for you, because you didn't have the space anymore.
Well, see, no, because yes and no. You're really good at bringing this background nicely for me. I'm telling you. So what I was hoping to achieve I've been hanging around the Ice Factory for years now, and what that.
Just
business
like fucking creeping
mine.
on wee folk going by and oh you.
So having a business down there in the same space that would not only increase my ease of access to do what I want to do musically, it would bring in income, it would increase my ability to facilitate bands, performers, XYZ that'll feed into the gigs that I was going to do, so on and so forth. All of it would have worked nicely. But I am not an engineer. So things like I'm not a videographer. I'm not there's a list of things that I would have needed a guy for, and that isn't the best of models if you're wanting to be in a position that I was about to be in,
No, 100%, because it's kind of the same type of thing as you try to work with a band. It's like if you're working with one person that's trying to do something, but they've already got some commitments that they need to try and also uphold. It's like trying to get two folk to work on something and not make any money for it. It's like you're going to need to get somebody who you can seriously trust for that.
Aye, and then there's with regards to the running of a studio and the manner in which there's two sides to it. You got a load of people want to come and chill in the studio, bro.
Aye, nobody wants to pay any fucking money, but
yeah, you need to find the people who are dedicated to their craft, who will they understand and appreciate that your time in that space, in that capacity, is the value to it. So there's just too many people that don't appreciate that simple fact. And that being said, there's a bunch of reasons why I'm gonna make the changes that I'm going to make, and one of them is the Counterculture Collective is no going to exist in the events capacity in Perth anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to look to set up a base, and I'll say it now. It could be literally anywhere that it works conveniently, not conveniently, but there's a logistically sound, and in an ideal world, some different promoters from across the country with, you know, a like mind will approach a venue, a singular venue, and look for a monthly slot that we can collaborate on putting on something that will, you know, so say if there is, without naming anyone, there's 3 guys, 4 guys, and they just all have a group chat. What are we doing this month? What are we doing this month? Everyone supports every month. Numbers. Kind of what I'm saying?
Aye, definitely.
Banter. And it's the kind of thing where it's like...
See, to be honest, like, it depends on what you're wanting to build after this. I mean, no way to steal your thunder, but, like, it depends with something like that. What is the actual, like...
The goal.
Aye, like, where is it you're wanting to get to where?
A consistent brand, and I'm not... I would argue for the Counterculture Collective, obviously, but I would also have that, how do you say it, like, you know, there's no reason that it can't be called
like you can merge it and become something else,
on the nights that whoever's taking the lead on them, whoever's whatever it is, but the goal, the final, the sort of the finite goals being, it's somewhere to go, something to perform at, something to go to that's, you know, that's of a standard, right? That's the bottom, the first thing there. It's gonna be good.
Aye.
Right? And it's run well, kind of what I'm saying? And then the next thing is... Fuck, what was the next thing? No, because these are finite goals. The perpetual, the sort of infinite goal to perpetuate the strength of, you know, you've got... I'm just going to be completely honest. Butter, yeah? What else?
Yeah.
Butter.
On the kind of...
Give me something else.
Yeah, no, I know.
This is what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So it's like something, and there's no reason that it can't be with.
Shout out to fucking
Steg, Donna, anyone who's doing shit, Mackenzie. Like these guys are. I'm not going to be like the reason that I'm doing it, but it's like I know how to do it because I've watched folk like that, and I've been involved with folk like that.
Aye,
so
definitely.
it's like, you know, I was doing things in Perth, but you know what. King of nothing, mate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I'm the king of Perth, but you get me. I'm the king of Perth. And who's going to tell me I'm no? What? Who? What?
He's a fiver.
Aye. Do you know something so funny, man? There was a bit of banter, and I can't mind what it was, but I was talking shit on Sub's post, I think it was, and McCroy was in there, and it was like, and he said, Ken, what, man, I'd be down for performing for a thing. It was all banter, and he's like, if someone offered me a couple of sandwiches and tea, I'd be doing, like, yeah. I was like, I never said it, because it would be funny to him. I was like, I wish it was like Gmo or something was involved in this, because he'd be like, no, in Perth, wouldn't he? I'm saying, alright, fucking.
I'll come down for a few sandwiches. That's it, like, mate. You're fucking. That's more than the fucking booking fee. You know what I mean?
Man.
Honest to God.
It would be epic. So, like I say, the sort of the infinite goal, the sort of the perpetual goal, is to have the reoccurring thing where everybody knows. Doesn't matter. Fucking folk are on about cliques and
you're wanting to create a brand.
I'm on about yes and no. Yes, I'm wanting to. You know, it's like how do we say it? So it's like, okay. So Counterculture Collective, folk will be like Perth. If I say Dungeon, folk will be like Dundee. If I say I'm fuck. If
like butter.
Oh yeah, perfect. Right. So that right. So now my example be Scotland. What?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
That's definitely a fucking 100%. I know what you mean.
That's the kind of vague goal that I have with regards to promoting.
I get that idea, because that's kind of what I want to do with this eventually. Like, I want to create like kind of like a wee kind of culture hub for like, and like for like the people in the Scottish rap scene, yes, but like I mean I want it to be like, you know, a bit further afield and like kind of run off of the kind of the model that Joe Rogan kind of does, and you just talk to anybody kind of whenever you want. But I want to start doing shit like, you know how like you get like 5 fingers of death and that.
Oh shit!
Like I want to like have these segments. Like, obviously, I need like more equipment and like a better mixer and stuff.
That'll be banging though.
Yeah, exactly.
But
You know what I mean? Like, and actually like have somewhere
right
have somewhere to create a fucking scene out of, like, because this is the thing that like Scottish rap and like the level. I mean, this is the thing that's weird for me because I've only really been embroiled in this scene and actually been a part of it. Like, I'd say the first actual proper live events I was going to, like one of the first live events I ever went to was fucking Acre in Bolgin versus the Dungeon Boys.
Oh
like,
shit! I was at that. That was my first fucking thing.
Was you go there? So, mate, that was one of the very first ones I was ever at, and like obviously I know this. The scene's been going on for ages.
Yeah.
It seems to me, as of recently, you know, just due to like, you know, people having more access to technology and stuff in the lockdowns and that, like there's now pretty much like a lot of people actually involved in making rap in Scotland. It's just that nae knows anybody. Like, and there's not actually like I'd say that like you get some things that are like, you know, exclusive that are, you know, if you want to be a part of it, there's, you know, there's a paywall in front of it there, and like I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but like if you want to
What's
be
a paywall? What do you mean?
like so like if you want to take part in it, you want to be on Scotty Media, you want to be on 1250, you want to be on Up to Standard.
Right,
It's
okay,
like,
so let me tell you straight,
and that makes sense because like these people are
folk have got to make a living, yeah. But like
100%.
I've been a guy who, because let's not fuck about. I didn't start writing shit down until I was like fucking 27-year-old, and that was 2017, yeah.
Aye.
So I've been the guy who, and undeniably much whacker than I am now though. So that's
Mate,
what I'll say.
if you were still as whack, I wouldn't fucking.
I
you know,
appreciate that.
You need to progress, man.
But the thing, right? The thing is, I've been the dude who was like messaging, and it's like I had the money that, you know, I was doing a lot of shit I shouldn't have been doing. I would have been up for doing videos. So it's like, right, cool. You message guys. You didn't get a message back. You just get dinged. You message them again, just get dinged, right? Then you go and do something, and it's all like, oh, yo, sorry, man, I didn't ken that was you. I saw you at the thing or whatever. And it's like, nah, I'm you know what I mean? You're still on the
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think it depends on sometimes, depending on like what it is. And
I was definitely still like, oh, fuck, yeah. But then when I got dinged from that one, I was kind of like, do you know what? I went and done my first fucking, sort of, not a freestyle video, but like a video of one of my tracks. Can where I did that? Shadow's bedroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Apparently he went to the fucking same school I did.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently Shadow went to St. Mag's in Livy.
Fuck knows.
I'm
I'm no one to talk shit on the guy unnecessarily, right? But it's like, I thought he and I were like, not pals, but it's like, I've been in your bedroom chilling, smoking joints with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? As if you're going to come and chuck everything I've ever done right under the bus to try and make an example of jails.
Wait, so,
Aye.
right, if you're going to say that, then...
I need to talk about exactly what it was. I need to say exactly what it was.
No, well, I mean, you don't have to.
No, well, it was just some fucking petty bullshit, child bullshit on fucking Facebook. But it was like, Ken, because he did that, essays, yeah, on Facebook, right? And then it's just like one whole middle paragraph just talking about how I'm like a fucking, like not a bottom tier,
that's bad fucking crack if that's the case.
Yeah, but organizer where I'm getting folk to do shit for me for nothing and that, and it's just like, you know, what the fuck?
No, that's
Let's
bad
just
crack,
get
mate.
one thing straight, yeah? Like, I promise, fuck, I don't give a fuck what you think, like, but I'm telling you now, if folk think that that I'm getting paid when they're not getting paid. Does that make sense? Like, there's going to be folk that are not getting paid, but guess what? Neither the fuck am I. And if that's what's happening, if I'm getting paid, folk are getting paid. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's how I fucking done my shit. That's why I've got nothing from fucking doing it. So when shit, like the stuff with subs going up and he's saying this and that and the next thing, and it's like, yeah, bro, I hear you, but he's no doing events unless there's X amount of money put into them. And there's X amount of standard going into it. It's like, it's not the same conversation. That's why I made the joke. What if it's in a cafe and it's for free? Do you know what I mean? Which brought in McCroy, which was like, oh, I'd fucking there for a sandwich. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the thing where it's like
it depends on people's like what their goal is and what their what their standpoint and their base is. You know what I mean? Because if somebody's just looking to make money, like you do you,
I'll tell
you know what I mean?
But one thing I've seen from the sort of, and it has been years now of hanging around the back of house, the front of house, in pubs, music venues, and now a studio for the better part of 6 months. There's a lot of people, like we said before, there's a lot of people that want to hang around. It's the same across the board, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that want to hang around at the pub there too. There's a lot of people that want to hang around the shit when it's all go. But see do you know what? Fuck it. It's all smiles. And you just got to do you, eh? You just got to get on with the shit, and that's 100%. It's you know, folk. That's it. That's where I'm at. That's the bottom line of where I'm at. I was about to become what you would argue is a part of my community in Perth. If I was taking on that business, I would have been part of the music scene, undeniably. You know what I mean? And that sort of, I'm not ready for that level of sound. Does that make sense? Like this.
Listen,
folk,
that's also a commendable thing as well to say, because like you get a lot of people like I can't mind who was it, Paddy Pimblett. The guy for the UFC, kind of guy that got the fucking the long hair, the fucking. It
does sound wildly. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know.
The Scouser.
So
the Scouser laddie that's got the really long fucking like.
Okay.
You know, like
curly as fuck.
No, not curly. No, like long big bob hair, like fucking Beatles hair.
In between us.
Aye.
All right. Oh yes,
exactly.
Yes.
He got asked to go to the UFC twice before he actually finally accepted, and he turned it down the first 2 times. He was like, I'm not ready.
Okay. It's
like that takes fucking because this is the thing. It's like that's an opportunity that might never come your way again. But it's like you go there and fuck it up. It's like you fucked it up. You know what I mean? So like that's it's knowing.
Yeah,
you don't want to kind of harper yourself too much, because you need to take some opportunities where you can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's at the same time as well as like that would have been a big commitment for you, but as arguably a commitment that is some type of tying you down as well. You know what I mean?
That's it's very much exactly like that. So it was like in my mind prior to the being the illest I've ever been in my fucking life, I was on that thing where it's like I've been hanging around here for years anyway, so having a business is only going to be a good thing. But then it's like in 3 weeks in bed, it makes you kind of realise there are those things that I'll not be able to do shit. I'll not be able to do a lot of things, and it's like, oh, you've got a gig on Friday night, do you at 8 o'clock? Sorry man, I can't make it till fucking 8:30 because I've got a band in till 8. Are you fucking mad? Like that's fucking.
That's priorities. It's priorities as well.
Yeah, but to me, that's like cool to make that decision, to put myself in that position where I have to prioritize like that. To me, at this point in my life, I hadn't thought that shit through. I hadn't thought that shit through.
No, that makes total sense.
Shit like that. It's the convenience and the sort of the potential, the promise of this is going to be mine, and it's like,
aye,
oh you fucker, I'm like I say, in 10 years, I don't know if I could think of retiring, that would be a better scenario, but owning a studio, a nice studio like that as well, eh? Right. That was a nice space, huh?
Yeah, and I know it was great.
Kind of what I'm saying. So that would have been ideal, but just as a bit of an older man, I want to go on tour, man. I want to tour, and I'm not like when I say that, it's like I'm when you said about wanting to have a little bit of commercial success, I fucking feel that. That's why. I don't know if you've all seen them, guys, but there's a couple of videos where we've done medleys, and the fashion in which we made these, the fucking one where we did it at El Muggeds, and it's a little bit more sort of subculture-y. It's got Anderson .Paak and Herbie Hancock's, it's got Rage Against the Machine, it's got Jamiroquai, it's got
mate, can it be a bit of fucking Jamiroquai, bro?
Bro, I'm telling you, I'll send you the link when I'm sitting, I'll send it to you. It's because we done it. We made that shit in the fucking cabin, the motherfucking cabin. Flipped that shit in a half cab. Now, and then we went to El Muggeds the next day and laid it down third attempt, and that's nice, the video, man. That's there, and it was awesome. Fucking epic. And then mixed by Gav. Credit where it's due, it's mixed very well. but he's a cock. And then fucking the next one was no, that wasn't El Muggets. The next one was at Planet Studio in Dundee, and funnily enough, I actually had a massive fallout with Gav. Fucking, I know we did that. That was a little bit more like what do you call that? No Diggity, I Need $1.
I like the way you work.
Yeah, we've got that in it, but fucking mixed with I Need $1, then moving into Billie Jean with Gorillaz, Feel Good, I think. It works. But see, and this is the thing when you work with quality, proficient, fucking talented, sound musicians, and they're like, can these little connections, the way the magic happens, like that's why it's magic, because that connection happened magically, magical. You know what I'm saying? There was no, you know, it wasn't forced at all. It just happened, and it's like, God, you know what? That's a piece of really fucking good music. Has that not been done before? Or not like that?
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So that's another one. I'll send a link so you can check them out. But that there.
So when you write a bar and you start getting all impressed with yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm fucking.
Yeah.
I like me right now.
That's the truth. That's what it is. But fucking. So with regards to that, that's what I mean a little bit more in the realms of commercial success. So. In an ideal world for me, moving forward, what we'll see is my cell with a loop pedal. If it's my cell, it'll be with a loop pedal.
Because you can go tits on keys like.
Yes, but there's if I'm with a full band setup, there's a keyboard player who is nothing short of fucking
Oh yeah, no, I was just meaning like if you were going to do like, you know,
I appreciate your fucking praise, like.
Aye, man,
nice,
fucking, it's good. It's like I just like piano music, I fucking like. See,
but then that's the magic I have in the Juno. So because I've got the looper, so I've got an RC300. That's a Boss RC300, and then a Juno.
What's an RC300?
It's a three channel loop pedal.
Oh right, okay.
It's got a whole bunch of shit on it that you're just everything you're needing sat right there.
Nice, man.
And then a Juno DS, which is 64 key semi-weighted keys, which is just large enough that you can flex on it, but just small enough and light enough that you can move it about and shit.
Aye.
So, and within that has got maybe even 1,000 sounds. Do you know what I'm saying? Of all different instruments, all different range of everything. So, whole tunes can be built with a looper. So that's what I'm working on that's my personal journey. I've got the potential of setting up a 4-piece that would be for these medleys that I'm talking about. And then there's talk of, because it's all the same group of musicians, there's talk of like a 3-piece. It would just be bass, keys, and myself on vocals, and that would be a keyboard player, bass player.
See, one thing that I think that people should do, and you ever noticed that bands have basically fell off the fucking planet?
It's not really working, or it's not working. It's just it's a changed game now, isn't it?
I think the business model has been outcompeted by rap.
So when you say, because there's two things, right?
Yeah.
The first thing, everything changed, man.
It's
a social media. Yes, full stop. So it's like
and access to technology as well.
But then with regards to bands, it's like
It used to be that being in a band made it easier for you to make music. Because you had multiple people doing multiple things and took a bit of the weight of the weight off your back. Nowadays, I don't care who you're. It's harder to make fucking music in a band than it is as a fucking single person.
I would say that's because every person can do it from their home now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so that's exactly what I'm saying. And then the added benefit, no, it's not a benefit, but like if you look at like a metal band, or like like some of the big metal bands in the world, or like some of the big, say, rappers in the world, it's like, you get a band, like, and let's just go for a band that people actually know about, like say Imagine Dragons. They'll release an album every maybe, and I'm not sure how often they'd release albums, but I would imagine it's probably every 2 years or so at the minimum. And then you've got like Future bringing out 5 albums a year. It's like there's just, and people's attention spans have just plummeted, and it's. I think
that's down to the process, bro. I think that's down to the process.
100%. But that's what I'm saying. So if you're like if you're good trying to get into it as a new person, and then like what I mean, it's like the access and avenues, and I mean it depends on genre specific as well, because like there's a lot of like genres of like rock music, especially like metal. It's just not at that high level that it used to be. You know what I mean? Like
it's not as open. It's not that it's not as openly received. It's not as widely received.
Yeah, it's like this is the thing. It's like you look at bands like Linkin Park, Slipknot, System of a Down, Rammstein. It's like everybody knows who they are.
Yeah.
You look at the biggest bands in the world right now. It's like who's heard of Ginger, Gojira, Meshuggah? Like, I mean, folk have heard
I've
of
not
Meshuggah,
heard of any of those.
so
Yeah,
exactly that's what
yeah,
I'm saying. It's like
yeah.
those are the biggest active bands in the world right now.
Okay.
Tool are pretty much there, but they've been old. They've
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of
They're a fucking household name, mate. Yeah,
going to
yeah.
see them in June, mate. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Cannot
So that's
fucking
so
wait.
that's what that's just
May.
made me think is that. So obviously, we're talking about with regards to the. How do you say it? Just but like the there's going to be struggles all the way. Like unless you're actually able to do. You know, unless you can sell fucking tickets because of your band's, you know, the brand that the weight you carry as that band, whichever it is. Unless you can do that shit, you're gonna struggle, eh? Unless you've got a savage contact list and a you know, like that reputation of quality. I think it's going to be the same across the board. Now, what you were saying there, because I've more recently had to just sort of. Not just swallow a bunch of stuff, but it's like a bunch of stuff has changed that I really kind of told myself I wasn't going to allow to change. Like, so changing the cabins, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it's like, with regards to things like that, it's kind of like...
Bitter pill to swallow, but at the end of the day, it's worth it.
Well, that is exactly correct, because now I'm working out of a place that is fucking better equipped, it's larger, it's cleaner, it's easier to maintain, it's nicer looking. I don't know if I said that already, but it's like, you know, it's just generally better. And I don't know if I would have done that myself necessarily.
This is the thing though, like, you know, the temptation to, you know, stay where you are is very, very tempting because, you know, there's security in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you also risk stagnation, and like, you know what I mean? It's like you like.
Yeah.
When you start stagnating, you know, like you start like what stagnating is. It's like, you know, you're
just,
stopping whilst everything else is moving forward. It's like you start rotting. You just become, you know, a husky what your potential could have been. You know what I mean? And it's no good, but it's the allure's there because
Gotta
you know,
stay fresh. Yeah, that's
exactly.
It,
but it's also dangerous, and people don't want to take risks, but it's necessary. You know what I mean? It's necessary to take risks, otherwise you'll never fucking grow. You know what I mean?
Definitely failed more times than I've succeeded in the things that I've done musically.
And every single person who's successful has. No one who is successful has not failed more than they've succeeded.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's
just gotta keep going, That's it.
That's it, man. Got to keep going.
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah. And the decision was made a while ago. So to do the, you know, the only real drastic change is that I've wavered on the, okay, so it's not like I'll go and work full time, but I'll do what I want to do, and that's why I'm learning barbering. Do you know what I'm saying? And that'll be a steady form of income.
Definitely, and that's a craft as well. You can also pour yourself in it.
Yeah, it's as good. I'll be as good at it as I get at it, and it's to do with how much I go and learn. And I love that. That's something that's, you know, that's why I'm like I've got whatever at this point, and then by the time I've got whatever else I need, once that door is open to me, and that change is made, you know, it's equally as frightening as it is exciting. You know what I'm saying? It's equal parts because it's such a drastic change. But again, you know, there's a good chance that I might not even live in Perth once the sort
penny
of,
drops.
Yeah, once the mood has been set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
definitely,
like
man. You need to see what happens.
That's it. And doing things like I was talking about earlier, that is, it's not like you know, that this conversation's probably been the longest conversation I've had about it. With regards to the promotion thing I was talking about earlier, but
definitely.
that shit like that is like, again, kind of, without sounding, you know, I'm not looking for smoke getting blown, but it makes sense, no?
100%, mate. I mean, you can't do it if it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like it's like the thing I'd love nothing more than to at least try and start thinking in that way with regards to the things that I'm doing in events, because quite frankly, I'm sick of tidying up after folk after the events.
Well, mate, that's fucking, it makes sense, mate. That makes sense.
But I was about to start listing shit, but it's like, there's no point. I'm sick of fucking this, I'm sick of fucking that, I'm sick of this. But then, okay, what else, right? You get props, you get fucking, you couldn't buy the props and, you know, the respect that you get from the guys who see you doing what you're doing the way you're doing it, right? But there's a lot of people who think you're out there making money off them. You know what I mean? And that's the thing where it's like, folk will talk shit on the promoter. Oh, fuck, see that music guy? Fuck that guy. You know what I mean? And that's totally...
That's just ignorance, though. It's just ignorance. And that happens for a lot of folk for loads of different things. You see that with folk across the board.
It's because too many promoters are ready to go there and shaft guns as well, man. You know what I mean? Or too many folk that call themselves promoters. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you got the capacity because you know some fucking guys. You know what I mean? And then it's like, they're no like... your fucking bill, man. That's you know what I mean? That's not how a bill works. It's not how the fucking event, the running of an event company. It's not how it. Oh, then I get stressed.
Right. Okay. Cool. I think we're going to have to leave it there, guys, because that's
over an hour.
Yeah, well, we went well over the time. I've kind of been trying to think about when to stop it, but you know. Conversation keeps flowing, and that's the thing. That's the thing. It's been really good, man. It's been really fun.
Nice one.
But yeah, it's getting time because that's it's 5:10 now. So.
I've missed that train.
Well, okay. Right. So before we go,
on that note,
do you have anything? Obviously, you've got your
what am I plugging?
Stuff.
What am I plugging?
What are you plugging?
Right.
What have you got? Anything to promote?
Aye, nice one. I appreciate that. Fucking. I have been doing some streaming. I'm going to try and get a little bit more time.
What's your handle on Twitch?
It's Barkryte CX3. C.
And that's BARKRYTE.
Yes.
CX3.
Yeah, nice one. BARKRYTE CX3. Yeah, that's on Twitch. It's the Counterculture Collective on SoundCloud. Yeah, I mean, hopefully well, we've got the track with Cammy coming soon. I'm hoping to do as much work as possible off the back of that beat challenge that was there. A chap from England was messaging me, man. So that's another potential wee collaboration thing there. like I say, the process is if he sends me the beat, I'm going to try and write on it and get it. That's it.
No force it.
Yeah, no, it'll be fucking. No, I mean. Done as quickly as possible, and then fucking on to the next one. What a dead tune, bro. What a dead tune, bro. What a dead tune. Fucking hit me up on that shit. Know what I'm saying?
Excellent. And that's it.
Can you make it any more cringe before you leave? I don't know. Let's fucking flip some shit. Nah, right, I'm out.
Cool. Right, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out. Goodbye.